Hi, good to be with you. I've missed you. It's been a while since we've recorded one of these, but interruptions come in life, right? Whether that be illnesses or holidays or weather, it's just part of life. But thank you for asking about them, and yes, we still want to do these, and here we are. Just one quick announcement before we begin. Tomorrow will be the service of death and resurrection for Ryan Winters. That'll be at 1 o'clock here at the church. We just want to be continued prayer with that family and that loss. And so then for this week, we continue to be in the Gospel of Mark. Mark is the shortest of all of our Gospels, and sometimes that means that Mark leaves out details that other Gospels put in. But if you've never read the Gospels in their entirety, Mark is the perfect Gospel to read, right? If you're interested, because it is a quicker read and it's a little easier to understand. He doesn't get overly busy. And so we're at the beginning of Jesus' ministry. Jesus goes into a synagogue and he teaches. Okay? And the people are amazed at his teaching in the synagogue. They exclaim, he teaches like no others. Right? He teaches with authority. This is the phrase that gets me. Not like the scribes. So I'm thinking that not like the scribes, that Jesus' teaching is different. Right? He's not necessarily going with the traditions of the church, or he's not necessarily following the teachings that they have known throughout their history. That it's not like the scribes. It's something different is going on here. It's something new, right? It's something beyond what we generally know or what we're used to. And they're astounded and not necessarily happy. One, right? Sometimes we come to church to hear what we think we already know, right? Tell me what I know already, right? I don't want to hear something new, something different. It makes me think, right? But that's what Jesus does. And then he proves his point. He actually shows his authority in this newness, in that moment. There's a man with an unclean spirit, and Jesus simply releases the spirit. Part of what I'm hearing and seeing in this story is part of the newness that Jesus is bringing is this interacting with the world with kindness and gentleness. That person that's in the synagogue that does not belong there, right? Jesus doesn't point his finger at him and kicks him out. Jesus treats him as a human being, as somebody who belongs. And so maybe the newness for us in this, right? As we go about our lives, maybe stop shouting at one another. Maybe stop pointing our fingers at one another. Just treat each other as people of God, whether we're right or wrong. Right? And who's going to say whether we're right or wrong? Sometimes we're so interested in how wrong other people are that we never take the look at ourselves and determine, is there something that I could correct? Maybe that's the newness. Of finding our own selves before we worry too much about others. Well, that should keep you busy for a little while and keep you thinking, and I'm glad you're watching. We'll see you soon.